Everyone, Mike McGowan, Beer, Sex, and Motorcycles. Picked up my 2006 Honda Shadow yesterday out of a friend's garage. Been stored there ever since I got sent out of town back in July. Had not had much time to ride this bike as I had in previous years. I picked this up back in, I believe, 2015. I didn't really do a whole lot to it. This was several years after I had to sell the Harley. I didn't have a place for it, and I was working on that. I really wanted a nice place to put the Harley, and I didn't. I didn't have a garage. And finding a good day and time in Pittsburgh to work on an Ironhead without a garage, as many sunny days as we never have. So, got rid of the Harley, even though it broke my heart, and got the Honda. And what drove me to get the Honda Shadow was that it was more like a Sportster in regards. And for what little bit of money that I had at the time, trying to find something, like, I had to get another bike. Like, it was driving me nuts. I had to get another bike. So what else could I get that was newer than 1977 and reliable? Especially, I wanted something I could do through Pittsburgh traffic, which is terrible. 2 tunnels, nobody knows how to drive, that sort of thing. Well, Honda Shadow. Number one, it had the forward controls on it. It had a nice riding angle. It reminded me a lot of the Sportster. It has a liquid-cooled motor, so it was good for days in traffic. So this was really good. Silver with the flame paint job. Couple little things I did to it. I ended up changing out the turn signals because I got complaints that they were just too small and you couldn't see them. And they actually were. It was like a back reflector like that big, but the bulb was only like that big in the back end of it. Like this whole section here, there wasn't even anything in it. There was no way for the light to even illuminate that top part. So immediately that went. I got a cat eye tail light put on the back so it looked real nice and sleek. That mounted the license plate there as well. I ended up putting LEDs on it too. Ta-da! Yeah. Got a nice video over on our Iron Drake Studios page about installing LEDs. If you're comfortable with it and save a little bit of money, it still takes a little bit of time, and you got to know your way around a couple things, but I do, so it was pretty good for there. Got a bag for up front. I had a bag for the back, and then the luggage rack fell off. It snapped off, and I'm gonna say, I don't want to say it was overloaded, but I will say that I was on a lot of West Virginia roads. West Virginia roads are terrible. Pothole every like 15 inches down here. It's terrible. So when I got the Indian, they said originally I was going to trade the Shadow in to get the Indian. See, there's shit's right over there. And when I went to do the financing, they said, no, we're going to finance the whole thing. You don't have to trade the Shadow in. I'm like, sweet. So then I'm toying with the idea, do I sell the Shadow? Do I not? It's kind of hard. I've been looking at this bike, and number one, when I picked it up yesterday, it felt small. After riding the Indian since October, getting back on this little 750, it was just small. I can't believe that I rode this as far as I did, as long as I did, like every day, like clear across Pennsylvania, all the way up to Erie and back. I rode it all the way out to Sandusky, Ohio for Bike Week out there. Like this bike has been reliable, dependable. It does not have the power I need. That was the one thing I really, really wanted, was I needed some with more power. And it's really noticeable when you try to get on a highway and keep up with some Harleys, this little 750 is not going to do it. Everybody else is out there with their Road Kings and Ultras and everything else. Like, well, just hurry up. Like, it really does not make the power. Like, the difference is night and day. It really is. I mean, yeah, you can run this thing up to 90 miles an hour, but it's screaming. It's really, really just trying to keep up. Whenever you're on a bigger engine motor like the Indian or something, you don't have to try to get up to 90. It just goes to 90. So there is a little bit of a difference, or at least I feel a difference between this bike and that bike. So they got about the same amount of miles. I got about 20 some thousand miles on the Shadow right now, and I got about 22,000 miles on the Indian. So that's really, really good, considering what, they're 10 years apart, almost 10 years apart. It's 2015, I believe. 2015? I'm drawing a blank right now. I can't remember. It's been such a long day, but I went and picked this up yesterday, and it was just a nice enough day, considering today's just cold and windy. It was almost nice enough when I got out of work that I thought maybe I could go out for a little bit of a ride, but I had so much work to do. But I still don't know what I want to do with it. I think I might end up making into some sort of bar hopper, bobber, or something. You know, it needs some love. It needs some attention. It needs some paint. It needs fixed up. I don't know if I'll put the luggage rack back on or not. I got a welder. I can do all that. Just something. Or if I'm not feeling it, maybe I'll sell it. There's always somebody that, you know, really wants to get into motorcycling, get into riding. Like, yeah, you know, I'm not looking for a whole lot for it because I already got the bike I want. So this one, I'll hold on to it, and if I need to do quick trips around town, that's what I mean, like turn into a bar hopper or something, just like little thing, just like hop here, there, you know, just around town. But I don't live in Pittsburgh anymore, so I don't really need all the wonderfulness that is a liquid cooled engine. I mean, it's reliable for that, but at the same time, it's not like I'm sitting in traffic because people don't know how to go through a tunnel. So, but yeah, give me your thoughts, concerns, questions, whatever you got. Let's talk about the Honda Shadow, or the other Honda bikes, as it were, because they're mostly reliable. And I'll see you next time.